Hey guys, I'm back. It's been a long time. Been super busy. So I'm gonna do a chit chat, get ready with me today, and just kind of let you guys know what I've been up to in my life. And then I promise I will try to start getting back into like a normal swing of things. Okay, so Lego. So, oh, it did come out. So, first off, oh, it came in a lot. So my skin, for some reason, don't know why, apparently I'm growing older, has now decided to go normal instead of like combination oily. So I got this, just brought home a little sample of our Hydro Touch oil primer from work to see if that helps, because I have like a lot of oily to combination foundations and I don't want to have to get rid of all of them because of this. So just thought I'd try it out, and then I'm going to use the Wet n Wild Photo Focus foundation, which I obviously did not get out because I'm not a smart person. So I'm just going to grab that, and then, oh, and I didn't know my beauty blender. BRB. So I'm also, I don't have like my camera set up to a monitor or anything, so I'm pulling some rigging, and I have a mirror sitting on top of pillows behind it. So that's how I can kind of see what's going on, just to make sure it doesn't stop recording like the last time I tried to film, because that was a pain in the butt. And then once I realized I had missed like half of anything I was trying to do. So I'm basically just chilling at home today. I've got the day off, so I'm just gonna film and have a little chit chat. So one thing you guys might not know, depending on if you follow me on Instagram, Facebook, whatever, or if you don't really know me, me and my boyfriend have been together 8 years, July 9th, and on the 1st of September, he proposed. So there's my ring. I'm going to hold it long enough to see if it focuses. Ignore that shadow too, because I only have natural lighting. But yeah, super pretty. Oh, and there's lots of hair on it. I love it. So, y'all know, if you watched my Get to Know Me, that Harry Potter is a big part of my life. So, I was working the morning shift. It opened on the 1st, and then I come home, and that was the day that he moved back to our city for his school, because he went back to our hometown for summer job, because he was working construction. He made really good money, so he was working there, and then he finally like moved back to get ready for school and everything. And then so I get home from work and I help him bring some stuff up, and then we're just chilling, getting everything like sorted and whatnot. And then he's like, "Oh, I have a housewarming gift for you." I'm like, "Oh, okay, cool." Me not actually knowing, slightly hoping, I think it's skin concealer, but I didn't know for sure. So then he was like, "Do you want it now?" And I'm like, "Sure." And then he goes into our bedroom, and I'm sitting on the couch in the living room. And then I'm like, "Oh, like, do you want me to come in there?" And he's like, "No, it doesn't matter." So I just stayed sitting on the couch. So then when he comes out, he's got this bag. And I'm like, "Okay, what's in the bag?" And so then I take it, and I'm like, "Oh, wow." Like, it was actually a pretty big bag. It held a book in it. a book like that thick. So it was a pretty decent sized bag. So I was like, oh, so it's not today. So I was slightly let down, but then I started like opening it, and it was kind of wrapped up in tissue paper. And I'm like, oh, okay. I don't know what this is. And then I start to see that it's like the cover of Harry Potter. What one is it? Yeah, Harry Potter and the Half-Blood Prince. Ignore that, lashes fell. And so I was like, okay, why this book? And then as soon as I picked it up, I'll show you. As soon as I picked it up, I felt the ring inside. Like, I felt something move inside, and I was like, oh my god. And so I didn't know how he was going to do it or anything like that. But this is the book, obviously. And then there's a chapter in this called The Unbreakable Vow. Yeah. So he, like, cut it out. And then he told me, like, after, that he was trying to cut this out, and it took him 2 hours just to cut, like, 140 pages. And then so he's like, okay, screw this. So he ripped out The Unbreakable Vow, like the page of it, and then just put it behind the 40 pages. But yeah, so like I lift it up out of the bag, and it's like I'm lifting it up like this. And so like I feel like something moving inside, and I'm like, oh my god. So I just like set it on my lap, and I opened it, and I was like, holy fuck. So I'm just like freaking out. And yeah. And knowing me, I obviously cried. I basically cried that whole night. It was just a big night of crying. So yeah. So we've been engaged for over 2 months now. Which, like, we were practically engaged before. It just wasn't like a ring, you know? So that was really exciting. I was like, oh my god, finally. But yeah. So it was so great, and I'm so happy. And also didn't mention this. We moved from our last apartment last year. It's literally the apartment beside us. But we moved from a 2-bedroom to a 1-bedroom apartment. So now it's just him and I. So I was moving a lot, and because he was back home working and I was here working, I basically, like, I moved a lot of the stuff. So like all the little stuff, I moved. So for like a full week straight, I was completely busy. I worked, I went home, packed, moved, went to bed, woke up, worked, went home, packed, moved. Like, it was such a pain. And then finally moved in, and now everything's kind of settled, but now it's like Christmas, so we've got like a little tree in the corner. We're gonna get a bigger one because we're both like super big Christmas people. So we're just gonna have trees and like lights hanging up all around the apartment. And it's gonna be great. Oh, what else has been going on? Just working a lot, school, school. Just one class, but it's not going that great, you know? Man, it's so hard to try and like get into this class too, because I've taken it twice already, and it's not going well. It's hard. The professor doesn't even care. Like, he legit does not care if you pass or not. Like, what? Why? Just putting my little beauty marks on. Okay. Yeah, so, like, it's sad. He doesn't care. Like, if everyone fails his class, he would only care because he would get in trouble for not teaching us correctly, even though so there's 2 midterms and then the final exam. And then we also have like a lab section as well because it's a chemistry course. So the first midterm, say there's like 70 or something people in the class. I think that would kind of do out the math. I don't really know how many people are in the class, and I'm just kind of like ballparking the numbers, but like it was like 26 people failed, like 30 or 32 people got between 50 and 60%, and then what was it? Oh, one person got above 60% and he got like a 95. And that was it. And that's only because he lost like 4 marks on something because the teacher screwed up and didn't say that you had to like write the like mechanism for this reaction. So it's just like all these arrows about where everything's going and moving to and attaching, shit like that. But he never actually said for that question that you had to write the mechanism. So you basically lost, what was it? I think it was 4 marks that you lost. And nobody got that. So, because he never actually, it was a completely different question. It was so stupid. But because of that one person, he decided that he didn't have to curve it or go anywhere. So I'm just like, alright, that's cool. Have like half the class fail. Good on ya. So the final, like the average was 52. No, 52. Like how, like, oh my god. And then the second midterm, it was slightly better. But, so what happened with that one was that it was a 57% average. I missed the class where he talked about it because I forgot to bring in a lab. Finished the lab, actually. Anyway, it was a 57% average, but then he put it up to like 62. So I'm like, okay. It really didn't help anyone, and the way he gives you the mark, you don't actually know if your mark's been bell curved or not because he gives you the mark you got out of how many questions were on it. So he doesn't actually give you the percentage that you got. So basically if they curve it, they usually just kind of go by the percentages and like up or down it, basically. So if you're lower than the curve, you go up a bit to kind of even everything out. But he doesn't actually give you the percentage, so I don't know if he like took a question off or something to kind of up it or what, but I don't think they actually gave us the mark that we got that was curved, just because of the way that he hands it out. So he really doesn't care. And the only reason why he curved it was so that it was above 60, so that he didn't look bad for having 2 averages, which is basically like if the average was 57, again, like at least a quarter of the class failed on the second midterm. So I don't know how he thinks that that's okay, and he just doesn't care. It's tenure in your fucking research, like, oh my god, it's so frustrating because I'm paying you to try to do this. I have one class that I have to do, and you can't even teach me correctly, and you don't even care. Like, fuck. Stop. Don't be a fucking teacher then. I don't care if you have research. You could probably pull it. You might make less, but you probably make enough already because you're a fucking Western. Like, suck it. It makes me so angry. I just can't. We do surveys for them to like say, oh, I've been to like how many classes and this is what he does. So is he really good at giving marks back well, or like in a timely manner? Is he good at doing this? Is he good at doing that? Like the teaching material versus what's tested, is that like a good, are you actually like learning something? Stuff like that. So, and then there's like 2 comment sections in the back, comments for the prof for him to improve and comments about the class to improve. And man, I'm going to rip him a new one. I think most of the class will. So, have fun, but in this email, when he sends it out being like, oh, hey guys, like, this is up, go do this, it was like a huge email. And then at one point he's just like, okay, so you guys have Saturday midterms. Ignore that sound. You have Saturday midterms, so the only time that I could get it back to you in a timely manner is Monday. And that's what I do. I always give back, he's like, I always give back the exams Monday morning, first thing in class. And then he's like, and when we get them over the weekend, that's when I put it online. He's like, so I really think that you guys should give me full marks for this. Like, are you actually fucking asking your class? Like, one, if you're saying that in the email, you know you're going to get a really, really, really shitty score for this survey. And that everyone's going to put you down so hard. So, like, you obviously know you're doing something wrong. So, like, asking for full marks on that one thing. Like, one, don't ask for it. Two, you doing that makes me want to put you a 0. For sure. Because you're just, like, fuck off. Like, you know you're going to get a bad mark, bad score, whatever. Like, the feedback's going to be really horrible. So, you're asking us to give you full marks on something that, yeah, you could deserve it for, but that's one question. So there's like 10 questions and you have to go like agree, disagree, strongly disagree, that kind of thing. Or like put not applicable, whatever. But to ask us to give you full marks for that one little question, bro, like you don't ask us. You get what you get, that's it. So I was reading that and I read it to Sean and he's like, wow, he's like he knows that he's gonna get a really bad like survey thing. I'm like, yeah, he's gonna get really horrible feedback, but like you still don't ask that. Like when this stuff was all paper, like it was all paper versions, instead of doing it online, which they're doing it online now, so you can't even do it in class. But like to do that, they would actually have to be out of the classroom until everyone was done that survey. Until everyone was done it so that they couldn't try to like convince you to do otherwise. So like really, if he should think about it, we could probably get him in trouble because he's trying to persuade us to give him full marks in this one question. Like, dude, you might have deserved it, but like you don't ask for that. No. He really pisses me off. Woo. As you can tell, because I'm super fucking ranty about it. Okay, I'm back, and I have my brows on. I'm not rambling about school anymore. Yeah. So today I think I'm just going to do something really quick, because I'm not actually getting ready to go out or like really do anything at all. I'm literally just like filming and doing my makeup to like film something to put it up for you guys so that, you know, I get back into it. I have to shower today and I have this weird thing that like I don't want to, I try to also look away from the camera. I feel really awkward looking into the lens, but whatever. I don't like to like shower, get all clean like early in the morning. I prefer to shower at night for one, but for two, if I'm going to shower during the day, I don't like to shower and then do my makeup after because then I feel dirty. I just want to like feel like super clean all day. So I'm going to do my makeup, but just like a super simple get ready with me and hopefully put it up soon. But I'm really just kind of filming a little something and then I'm basically gonna put her on my computer and go shower. So yeah, I'm just probably gonna like toss some color in my crease, maybe do wing liner. Really not that much, to be honest. I'm just gonna do a little bit. I'm gonna take NYX Lid Lingerie palette. I already hit pan. I hit pan so long ago. That's like my favorite color in this palette. And this little compact thing I'm using is also NYX. It's like super, super old. It's the Rocker palette. I don't even know. But it's a palette. And that's the thing I'm using for the mirror, because my regular mirror is propped up on pillows behind the camera so that I can make sure it's still filming. Oh, okay. Usually I can talk a lot. Y'all already know. But for some reason I can't like find things to talk about, but I just realized something. So you all know that I have a guinea pig. His name is Bucky. We have got a little like cage for him, obviously, and he's got like a little water thing. And I look in there the one day and I'm like, wow, like it's been probably like 8 hours, and I washed his cage and cleaned it all out. And then so when I do that, I also clean his like water feeder and then put brand new water in it, and I put it completely full so I can see, one, how much he's drinking, and two, so I don't have to refill it every single day. So I look at it in the morning or that night, I can't remember because I did him in the morning. I think it was probably that night. And then I'm just like, wow, that's like done already. Okay, that was really quick. And I didn't realize, like, it didn't look wet in that whole area underneath the water feeder. So I was like, no, like it can't be just dripping. And then later Sean got home that day after I got to work, and then he's just like, oh, like, did you notice, like, did you fill his water today? Because I just filled it when I got home, and like I thought that you just forgot to fill it. And I'm like, no, I filled it this morning again. And I was like, I already filled it the other day, like the day before when I cleaned his cage. And so Sean's like, oh, okay, that's weird. Well, I'll just give him more water. And he completely filled it. And not even an hour later, he texts me and he's like, so, his water is empty again. And so I'm like freaking out. I'm Googling why guinea pigs drink so much. And it said like diabetes. So obviously I'm like freaking out. A little prematurely, but still. And then I was like, well, is it dripping? Like, can you see anything? And so he pulled him into the middle of the living room so that while he was like chilling on the couch, he could like check on how much water was dripping. And then like I called vets, I called PetSmart, I went ham. I was like, what the fuck is happening? And then and then I get home after like talking to all these people, and before I was going like so instead of just bringing him in, that's what I'm trying to do, I wanted to see like how much water he was actually like losing, and to like check the cage again. And his cage turned out to be soaking wet, like so wet that his bedding was completely soaked, and then I had to wipe down the bottom of his cage because it was so soaked that it like left water after I took out the bedding already. So at the same time, I'm really happy that it was that instead of him actually drinking all that water, because if it was him drinking all that water, then like something would definitely have been wrong with him, and I'm not down for that, obviously. Also, I'm in Canada and there's like no sunlight anymore. So if the sunlight went from like lighter to darker, or if there's a shadow on my face, just ignore it for now until I get like shit set up. I'm hoping for like Christmas to like get a ring light or something, or like gift cards to Amazon so I can buy a ring light. And then that way, say if I wanted to do my makeup at like 8 o'clock at night, which is like probably when I feel the most inspired, is like when I'm home relaxed from work or whatever I was doing that day, and I just want to chill out, and I'll go through like Instagram or whatever, and then I'll be like, oh, I really want to do my makeup right now. But most of the time, it's like, it goes like pitch black at like 5 p.m. So I'm like, I can't, like, I literally can't do anything. I've been wearing like lipsticks a lot more lately. They're super comfy, and if I'm ever drinking anything, I basically just use a straw. I use a straw with coffee all the time. Even yesterday morning, I used a straw to drink my coffee. I'm chilling on the couch with Sean, and he's just like, are you seriously drinking coffee out of a straw? I'm like, yeah. And he's like, oh my god. I'm like, I've done this for years, probably like 3 years, maybe more than that, 4 or 5. And I did that because if I was going to school, then I was going on the bus. If you've ever been on public transit at all, or in a car that someone else is driving, it's really fucking hard to take a drink of your coffee with a travel mug. So instead of like taking a sip and having it fly all over your fucking face because they stop abruptly or bus drivers just don't give a fuck, then I just drink it through the straw, so it's much easier and I can actually drink it while I'm 1, walking, and 2, on the damn bus. So, and then now it's just like a thing. If I'm just chilling there and I want to hold the cup, sure. If I'm doing my makeup, definitely drink with a straw. I don't know, it's a lot easier just like putting like bronzer on my face, lean over, take a sip. So, if you guys have any requests, leave them in the comments below. I do kind of want to, I think I want to do like a wing liner tutorial. I think I might have one up. I don't know, don't remember. If I do, it's probably shitty. So I might just do another one. And then I kind of want to do one about how I put on my fake lashes. Because I use like Coco, I have velour lashes, I have NYX lashes. I have so many lashes and I wear them like practically every single day. And like I know a lot of people that have trouble putting them on. So I feel like it would just be super helpful to even show you how I put on like super thin banded ones, and then most of the time I literally never wear eyeliner, so I can show you like how to put that on and without having to put eyeliner on. I definitely tight line, but I don't put like a line of liquid liner. I don't do a wing. So stuff like that. Let me know what you want to see down below in the comments, and I'll make sure to actually get this going. Feel free to follow me on my Instagram, Facebook. My Snapchat's different, but I'll have that all listed down below. Yeah, and if you have any questions, or you know, if it's been like a week or so after this one's up and I haven't said anything else, just like comment on my pictures and be like, Jenny, get your ass to work. But yeah, it was nice talking to you guys again. Had lots of fun, rambling, ranty. That's me. Okay, so I'll see you next week. Bye!